I speak over my life that I am no longer bound to cycles that drained me. The yoke is broken, the chains are gone, and the only thing following me from here on out is goodness and mercy all the days of my life. I am walking into a season where my prayers will not just be answered, they will be exceeded, because my God is not limited to my request. He moves according to His limitless power and His perfect will. I refuse to see myself as small when I serve a God who owns it all. I was made in His image, formed by His hands, and released into the earth to reflect His glory in ways that no one else can duplicate. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Grab your gloves because we're about to pour some magic. My name is Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined the chaos with me today. I have a quick shout out before we get started. I'd like to shout out another channel, and this channel's name is Coastal Resin and Glitter. She has 341 subscribers, 130 videos, and I watched number 45 in her video list. And she shows you how she mixes her glitters, but it's kind of in a little bit fast mode. So I wonder if she has another video where she slows it down a bit and walks us through how she does her process in mixing her glitters. I'd love to see that. So go check her out. Give her a subscribe, a like, a share, and tell her Epoxy that sent you. We're going to be creating in this mold today. It's a cute turtle mold. I love this mold right here. Actually, I probably need a new one. That's how much I have created in this poor mold. We're going to be using one of my new inlays today. You can find this inlay in my shop if you're interested. This is the vine. It's a Bible scripture. So it's a beautiful, beautiful scripture. What I like about this inlay is it has vines and leaves going down the side that I was able to capture. Now, I did trim this up to my liking, and if you buy one from me, you will need to do the same because it will come a little bit bigger than this, and you can just trim it to however you want. I've already trimmed this one, and I'm going to be making sure my scripture is facing up and down. So let's put our turtle up like this. And I'm going to place it in here. Like so. I think that's right. Nope. I may have to trim a little bit more off. Let's see. Nope, I think that's perfect. Okay, so it's going to go in there like that. Now we're going to create around it first, and then we'll add a back layer to it. I'm going to go ahead and get my UV resin out. Oops, I'm using the Bond Crafter UV resin. And we're going to pick some eyes for our turtle. Let's see, what color eyes do I want? I think I'm going to go for these. Aren't those beautiful? That's the ones I'm going to choose. And these eyes are 8mm that I'm using. Now we're going to tack those eyes up in there. And I like to put my eyes in at an angle because it gives it a 3D effect when you demold it. So we're going to place a little bit of UV resin in there in that pocket right there in the eye. Let me get my light. I'm going to go ahead and turn my light on so I can grab it real quick. I'm going to drop a little dot right up top there. Let it cruise on down. Get my eye fixed. Alright, I went ahead and put my big light on it and went ahead and cured it up all the way. So now our eyes are in there and I think they look wonderful. So our next step is going to be brushing in the leaves in our inlay. So I'm going to set this to the side so we don't get any of the chrome powder in it. And y'all know my favorite colors, brushing in leaves. It's the Let's Resin Chrome Powder Set. I like to use the green and the chartreuse yellow together. So I'm going to go ahead and brush that in. I like to put a little bit of my powder out here on my napkin, and that's so I can just bounce it and dust it off real easy. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and then I'll put you on a time lapse. So I just kind of brush around in there a little bit with one color, and then I grab the other and fill it in. I'm going to grab the other one and then finish it off. And we need to make sure we get all up in there. Make sure our leaves turn out beautiful. And there it is. Alright, so I'm going to go around it and finish the rest. We do have a vine in here. The vines are right here. So I'm going to be doing the vines in this copper. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. We don't have many vines in here. I think there's one down here and one right here. So I'm just going to brush it in. Like that. And there we go. That takes care of that vine. I think there's another one. Is that one beside it? I think it is. Pretty sure. And I'll clean up around it. Let's see. And there's one more. I think it's right here. And I think that's it. All right, the rest are leaves. So I'll meet you when I'm done. Okay, now I'm finished. So all I'm going to do now is take a Q-tip with some alcohol on it, and I'm going to go around the edges and clean that up because we don't want any of the powders on the edges. Okay, I put my resin in the Bond Crafter vacuum machine. So let's go ahead and pull it out. Absolutely no bubbles. That's a little floaty of dried, cured UV resin on the top there. No bubbles, absolutely none. So now we want to get our mold back over here. I'm just going to run some tape through it. Make sure it's clean. We don't want to mess around those eyes up there too much because we don't want to knock the eyes out. I don't want to be putting those back in. Not that it was hard or anything, but I just don't want to have to do it again. Now let's go ahead and place our inlay in there and make sure it's in there correctly. Make sure it's straight. Okay, that looks good. I am very happy with that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spritz some alcohol around the edges here. And then pour some resin in. Slowly. You don't want any bubbles. Fill up our leaves with resin. And we're going to do that so we won't have the mica powder floaties to deal with on our next pour. They'll be locked in with that resin. Now I'm going to take my little stick here, this right here, and I'm going to go in that vine and make sure the resin got in there and there's no bubbles. Okay, everything looks good. Now we're going to take the alcohol, since all of our chrome powders have resin in them and we can't spread the powder into the resin, we're going to spritz our inlay here with alcohol. Now we're going to pour some resin over the inlay. You don't want a bunch, just enough to cover your Bible scripture on the top. And it's okay if some of it flows over into the turtle. That's fine, but you don't want a bunch of it flowing over. Make sure we have no bubbles inside of our Bible scripture. So that's pretty easy to do. I can see where the bubbles are. You can see them. They're very easy to see. So you just want to go in there and move them out of there. Now we have a little bit of the chrome powder that's floating around in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some here. So I'm just going to cruise right on the top of that resin and pick it up. If you dive down into the resin, you're going to bring it down in there too. So stay right on the top and you'll be sure to get it. This is why I go through a lot of Q-tips. Everything looks good. I have these beautiful rocks here. I know you've probably seen them around. I can't remember where I got them from. It may have been Walmart, but I'm not real sure. I could be wrong on that. But before I place my rocks down, I'm going to... We're going to place the rocks and flowers. And I want to put some of this gold leaf down in there first. Okay, I don't want a lot of this. I just want a little. So I'm just going to pick out some pieces and place them around in here. Now I'm going to take my little stick here and I'm going to break up that gold. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. But you know what I want to try next? The next time I use this inlay, I want to try brushing the edges in gold. I think that would be beautiful. I just thought about it. Now we're going to go ahead and add our rocks. And I'm just placing them throughout. Okay, I got all my rocks in there. Let's turn it to the side. And now let's place our flowers in. And what I'm going to do with my flowers, I'm going to take a little puddle of alcohol right there. And I'm going to put my flowers in it. And that's just so they won't, hopefully, won't get any bubbles when we put them in here. Okay, I got all my flowers in there. And we're going to worry about those stems in our next pour. I'm not going to worry about those right now. But I have a little bit of resin left. And I haven't poured my turtle that I got from Bond Crafter yet. It's their crystal turtle. So I'm just going to pour this resin down in here. But I am going to add some flowers to him. Okay, I got the flowers laid in there, and I still have a little bit of room where I can do another pour in there. And I want to do the last pour in a bright dark color. Now we're going to spritz some alcohol to pop any of those bubbles. And then I'll meet you back for the next pour. See you later. We're back, and it's time to do our next pour on our turtle here. And I'm super excited. Then we need to do our pour on this turtle. If we have any resin left over. I hope we will. If not, then I'm going to have to pour some more because we need to go ahead and pour that. And then we can demold these together. I have some more things we can demold too. But I want to demold this first because I placed an inlay behind these and I want to see what it turned out like. Not impressive. But I did put it on there too late, so I'm going to try it again. Yep. I'm working on another inlay and I'm going to have to redo it because I don't like how that looks. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it didn't turn out how I wanted it. Okay, I'm going to move those. Put our resin right there. It's the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1, part A and a part B. I mixed it on my mixer for 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. And I used my Resinart's dual head epoxy mixer. Because I mixed up 4 ounces. Yeah, 4 ounces. If I'm mixing under 4 ounces, then I use my little tiny mixer. If I'm mixing over 4 ounces, then I usually use my Resinart's handheld mixer or dual head mixer. Okay, I'm looking for something. We're going to put this CASTIN Craft white in here. And I need to punch another hole in this or clip some off because it's too hard to get it out of the bottle. Okay. Now we're going to stir that up. And now I'm going to take my thing out and clean it off. Make sure I get it mixed up good. And then finish stirring it. Now we're going to let that sit to the side and degas. Okay. While that's doing that, let's go ahead and demold this one. That is so cute. I love these. Super, super cute. And Then I made these little earrings. Got to clean them up a little bit. Super cute. Now I made these right here for me to match a dress for church. I hope I got it right. Let's see. Yes. Yes, I like that. Turned out cute. I got a little cleanup to do on it. But they turned out really cute. Do you like them? Let me know. I have this brown, beige, and black skirt that I wear this beige top with, and I thought that would be match because I didn't have any earrings to match it. That turned out cute. And there's that one. All right, I made these molds. So now let's go ahead and demold these. I want to see how these turned out. I had extra resin, and I made these with the extra resin that I had left over. Wow, they turned out pretty cool. That's cute. Oh, that one's cute. Look at that. Really cute. And I was just pouring and going. I was not paying attention to the colors I was placing in or anything. And they actually turned out pretty cute. There's that one. Now I just got to fill them up, put something cute on them. All right, I'm going to move this and then we're going to get this poured. Now, how I want to do this is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and spritz some alcohol. First, let's make sure I clipped all of the stems off of the flowers, because I did that behind the scenes. I see one that I missed because I wasn't able to turn it to the side. Okay. I think we're looking good. That one right there is poking up quite a bit, that rock. So I hope it's going to make it over that last pour we do. And I hope we're going to make it with this inlay too. It looks a little bit chunky around in this area. So let's get to it. I want to place a little bit of this white in, like drizzled in. Like that. Now I want to go in with the clear. And now back with the white. And I'm going to make sure I get the white on this, because we definitely want the white, all white on this. Now we're going to take the heat gun and move it through there. Okay, so I've done black twice on the back of a crystal piece with flowers in it. So we know what that looks like, and it's absolutely beautiful. And to be honest, that's really what I want to do with this turtle. But I also want to see what it's going to look like with like a deep sea on the back. So let's see if this will be dark enough, but transparent enough. Oh yeah, this is going to work. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in there. It's got a few bubbles in it. And they may degas because this pour is not very thick. Okay. Are y'all ready to demold this? Friends, y'all are not going to believe. I got bit by another wolf spider last night. Well, it wasn't last night. It was night before last. And it's burning. And it's itching. And it's burning. And it's itching. And it's growing. And I'm just to the point where I'm going to have to be committed into the crazy house. I can't sleep. I'm up all night spider watching. I got no sleep again last night. I did call 3 Spider-Men. And I didn't have them come spray because it scared me. I know we have black widows underneath the house. I know that they're there. I've seen them in the yard. My husband has been underneath the house, and he has seen one. He tried to kill it, but got away. So I know they're underneath the house, and this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that if they spray, that it's going to make them come inside the house. And then I'm going to be in big trouble, because for some reason they're attracted to me. I don't know what's going on. I know I have a rare blood type, but that it doesn't say anything about them being attracted to your blood type when I look up why they keep coming back and biting me. Ah, this is just terrible. So terrible. Okay, I made some cute little shakers I thought I'd share with you. Now, we demolded these shakers together. I don't know if you remember it or not. I think it was in my last video. But I went ahead and these were laying on top. I just pull out of my basket the ones that are on top. And when I have extra resin, and I just create them. But they turned out super cute. Look at that. I put little bubbles and gold beads and trinkets. It's got little diamonds down here at the bottom. Super, super cute. And then this one, I scattered some bling up top there, and then I got my little charms out and placed a love with a heart right there. So cute. So these will be in someone's, if you order anything from me or you win something from me, you'll have something made by me. I can't promise you it'll be one of these, but it'll be something. Now let's demold our turtle. This is my first time casting in this mold. So let's see what this looks like. You ready? Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my goodness, he's so sweet. Look at his little eyes. So cute. Super cute. Super cute. I love this little guy. What would you do with this turtle? Let me know. He's too big to use as a refrigerator magnet. And that's one of Bond Crafter's crystal molds. They only have a few. But if you want to get this one or one of theirs and use my discount code, I'll put my discount code up here to save you a little bit of money. But you have to buy it from their website to use my discount code. Now let's get this guy out and see what it turned out like. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to have to pour that inlay a little bit thinner. Because you see right here? See that? It's a little bit too thick in there. But I can throw a dome over the back of this and it'll be alright. As soon as it cures up, it'll be rock solid. Because tabletop epoxy is thicker. So that's what I'm going to put on the back here is a tabletop epoxy by Bond Crafter. I love their tabletop. Okay, you ready? Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. That is so pretty. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Do you see how I was telling you that I like to put them in at an angle? That's why. If I would put them straight up and down, you would not be seeing them right now. Look at that. So when you put the eyes in at an angle, you can see those eyes no matter which way you turn him. Little trick I learned. Alright, let's get this inlay out. I'm going to use my heat gun. Now let's get our inlay out. And I'm just going to use this little tool here. It's for your cuticles to just kind of lift it up a little bit so I can get a hold of it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Friend, stop it. Oh, this is beautiful. Are you ready? Look at how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I got a few places I want to clean up just a little bit. Like that right there. Oh, let me get my safety glasses on so I don't poke my eye out. Yep. I'm just going to grab a few pieces here that I don't like. Now, I don't want to go around chopping a bunch on it because I want it to have that natural look from the inlay coming out. So I'm just grabbing little pieces of the leftover resin. And you can see it. It looks different from the rest. You'll be able to know the difference. Okay. Look how those edges look. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. So beautiful. Now, the inlay has bricks on it. So you can see the brick in it as well. That's so pretty. Okay, now what we're going to do is take the marker by Let's Resin, the chrome marker in gold, and we're going to go over our Bible scripture and bring it to life. So how I'm going to do this, I'll show you and then I'm going to put you on a time lapse. And friends, you already know where my mind is going with this marker. You already know. I get crazy with the markers. I'm thinking we might go around the edge too. Y'all know my mind is going there. It's going there. I'm sitting here thinking, what else can I use the marker? Where else can I put the marker at? All right, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go and fill these letters in. It's super easy because they're risen off of the piece. They are embossed. So, and if you make a little boo-boo, don't worry about it. Get you a little bit of alcohol and a little Q-tip or a little swab of some kind and clean it right on up. Keep on going. So that's how I'm going to do it. It's so easy. So easy. You see how fast I'm going? Just getting it. I finished it. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. So very pretty. Now I'm thinking about what I don't want to do is put too much gold on it. So let's see if this is going to work. Okay, I'm finished. It's definitely the markers all the way around it. I know there's some parts you think it's not, but it is. It's just really showing on the high points and not the low. And that's what I want. I don't want to take away from the center. So I think that's beautiful. So we'll leave it like that. Let's talk about what stands out to me on this right here. What jumps out to me is how the turtle reinforces the verse. I'm the vine, you are the branches. And the vines appear to grow through the turtle, almost like life and faith are woven into it. Isn't that beautiful? And then the leaves that are dusted in chrome mica, the light hits them, it catches the light and draws your eye to the vines. The colorful rocks make it feel like a treasure turtle carrying blessings on its shell. And the gold leaf is just enough to accent it. What do you see? I also think the inlay left the shape of Mississippi, the state of Mississippi. So let me know your thoughts. What do you see in this piece? I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish this up. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish it up, and it will be in the giveaway. Now, I want to mention this right quick. There's not going to be a giveaway for last week. Last week was just crazy busy for me, and I just could not get around to getting the balls and the bingo thing, writing all the names out, posting the list. I just couldn't get around to it. But what I'm going to do is the makes from last week will roll over into this week. So there will be 4 choices to choose from instead of 2. So that's what we're going to do. If you want to be in that giveaway and choose one of my makes from last week and this week, comment in Friday's video. Okay? This is how I'm going to finish this piece up. I'm going to turn it around on the back. I'm going to take one of these right here, because this is going to be a piece that hangs on the wall. And I'll take this and put it down and that facing up. And I'm going to place it about right there. And then on those holes right there, I'm not drilling any screws through them. I'm going to resin this on the back of here, so it's not going to ever move. But the holes, I don't like them. So what I do is I take my crystals here. And I put resin on there. And then I take these crystals and put them right over the holes. And it just dresses it up a little bit more. So that's how I'm going to finish this out. And if you'd like to snag one of these inlays, you can find them in my shop. They are in there, so go run and grab you one if you want to create with it. I'd love to see some of your artwork using some of my inlays, plugs, molds, whatever. You can share it over on my community page. I'd love, love, love to see it. And when you look at art, do you see all kinds of things in pieces? That's what I do. When I look at art, I can see so many things inside of that piece. And I love listening to someone else tell me what they see in the same piece I'm looking at. So let me know what you see when you look at this piece. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.